What a weekend for live sports. If we could just make that happen in San Jose.
From the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family, then back in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand, flipping the script.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sunday night CrossFit Talk. We're here live after a weekend of unbelievable football games. It started Thursday night in college with Miami and Ole Miss, and the only game that wasn't close was Indiana and Oregon. Everything else this weekend has come down to the last 2 minutes of the game. My heart can't take anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Carolyne sporting the Niners shirt, the Christian McCaffrey jersey, and that game just ended with the Niners on a defensive hold, which just like the Bears had to do a defensive hold last night, that is the last team I want on the field to close out the game. The Bears defense or the Niners defense are both not good. Their offenses are really good. And the fact that they had to put their lesser of the three teams out there to do that, whew, my heart was beaten out of my chest last night. Julian Eiford says, congratulations. The Bears are awesome.
Showing up.
I did not sleep last night.
You're too ramped up or what?
The game didn't end until 11:30 Eastern time. And then I watched the Prime post game. Then I have my little podcast crew in Chicago that does a post game for every game. So I tune over to them. They're doing shots on the set because they cannot believe that the Bears won.
When was the last time they won a playoff game?
2010. It was the 2010 season. It actually happened in 2011. But yeah, a long time ago.
Wow.
And yeah, so I was up until 2:30 in the morning watching all the stuff. And then I got up early to watch the pregame stuff to see what they said about the game last night. And then I fell asleep for a couple hours on the couch today.
Jeez, oh Pete. You don't need that in your life right now.
Bang, bang, not the gang. I don't. We're the gang, same gang.
The gang's all here.
Drew went to bed crying. I don't know who he roots for. So I don't know if
who is he rooting for?
Sad tears. Mark Phillips, that final drive was butt clenching for sure. Valen's glad the Packers are out. Yeah. I guess Drew was a Packers fan. I'm so sad. Yeah. What a game. What a game. Anyway, they all were good. Even the Carolina Panthers, who don't even have a winning record, took the Rams to the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, like online, it was at first they're getting like beat up, and then they're like, why are they inviting teams that are under 500 in the playoffs? This is dumb. And then they just kept chipping away, and all of a sudden it was like such a close game, and yeah, all of them. So it's been good.
They won their division. Yeah, if you win your division, you've got to get in, right? Because that's the majority of the games you play. And so if you beat up that, I don't know. CrossFit says Niners without Kittle cook next round. That looked bad. I saw Hiller just put out a members only video about the rise in Achilles injuries.
Oh.
In like all sports. So I'm curious what he has. I haven't watched it. It literally popped up like 2 minutes before we went on air. So I'm curious what he has to say. Because I've wondered that. Like when I was a kid, nobody popped their Achilles. And now it's like everywhere in all sports.
Do you think it's, well, I don't know, maybe the turf, then it's in basketball a lot, the volume of reps that people are getting versus before, as like training has gone better. They're I don't know, and they're able to take on more volume maybe than before, playing all year round, specializing in their sports. I don't know. But there's a lot of Achilles injuries. It's crazy.
Do you want to know what my true thought is?
Yes.
I think it's steroids. I think it's performance enhancing drugs that are making the muscles too big for the tendons. I think you're growing, the tendons don't grow with performance enhancing drugs, and the ligaments don't grow, and then you're growing the muscles and
Too
they
fast.
get supported by the ligaments and tendons.
I'm very curious if Hiller goes in that route.
Yeah, I don't. That has been my thought as this is going on, and I've been waiting for like an ESPN 60 or one of those like exposes.
But they'll never say that it's that, because all of these players are supposed to be
exactly
clean.
But it's a big deal when someone tests positive in CrossFit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you test positive in football, I don't even know if people can name who tested positive this year, because you sit out 4 games, you come back, and nobody even thinks twice about it. I have thought that for probably a decade, that with the rise in performance enhancing drugs, you saw a rise in more soft tissue injuries and more like Achilles injuries.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting theory. I wouldn't know how prevalent were steroids use in like 80s, 90s. I mean, I would think like with the rise of like Arnold.
I mean, in baseball, it was huge.
Right. So like why
I don't know.
But look at the baseball injuries, the UCLs, everybody's getting the Tommy John surgery. Like almost every pitcher now gets the Tommy John surgery. The knee ligaments that go out now, the steroids they were using in the 70s and stuff like that just made you like strong but slow. Okay. Right? It's only been in recent years that like they've fine-tuned them to do more than just build muscle to be strong. Now it can make you faster. It can make and the training's different now. The science behind training has gone up. So you add all that into account. I think it just really puts some wear and tear on those ligaments and tendons, and because they're non-contact injuries that are happening now.
Right.
If someone tears an ACL in the NFL, they're just running down the field and boop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Kids start earlier, put more mileage on their bodies. But in a way that almost makes me think that would give them more training volume, and like tendons would catch up to that growth. So that kind of contradicts that for me. So I don't know.
How do you work a tendon?
Well, if you don't build the muscle too quickly, like if you were training since a little kid and grew that over time, you would think that you built that up properly over time. So I don't know. To me, it's
I think that I think it's more than just one thing, right? There's people in here saying there's a theory that the Niners practice near an electrical plant or electrical grid, and that is leading to the injuries. I think that all of these parents that make their kids do travel teams at 5, 6, 7, 8 is too much. They should be having fun and playing multiple sports, not focusing on one thing at such a young age. I think it's all of those things combined, but I do think that the performance enhancing drugs is a major contributor.
I can get on board with that.
Ken Walters, there's a person close to me, my son, told me it's all over the AHL and NHL. If you want, you can get it right from.
See, I don't feel like it's in hockey that much. I feel like hockey's such a skilled sport. Like, I don't know how much of an advantage that would be. It's not even that physical anymore compared to what it used to be. Like I don't see it in a hockey that much.
I've watched too many sports to be too naive that if there's a sport where people are getting paid and it's competitive, they're going to look for an advantage.
Yep.
It's just going to happen. At what percentage?
Where I would see it would be injuries and trying to come back faster from injuries. And right now, what's the big thing is like the peptide stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could see that for like recovery purposes of athletes, but in hockey, steroids, I don't know. I don't buy that.
I don't think steroid. I think it's performance enhancing drugs, and I think it starts with recovery. Someone gets injured, they want to get back on the ice faster. They want to get, and then it's like the gateway drug into more. Well, this worked, and now there's this, right? And now there's this. So I think that's my opinion. You and Carolyne, you're totally entitled to yours. You've actually lived that world more than I have, but I just. I was a believer in Lance Armstrong and I got let down. And I was a believer in all these people in my life of watching sports and they all let me down. And so I just go into it now where it's everywhere and just face the facts. You can't trust that anybody is not using it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just assume they are and hope that they're not.
Yeah. Liver King.
Ken Walters, Carolyne, he's been in 8 different locker rooms and has friends on every team then and now.
I mean, me too. Like I mean, not in the men's locker room, I haven't been, but like I have a lot of friends that play in the NHL, and then on the women's side as well. Like, I don't know. It was never really a thing.
Fergie says, the male ego says if some is good, more is better.
Also true.
I don't have this on the rundown, but since we jumped into this and we didn't plan on it, if you watched Hiller's hot takes this week, one of them was about that more female athletes are using performance enhancing drugs because it only takes one use and then it doesn't go away. So women are learning that they just have to use it one time and then get off of it. And then they can pass every test forever and it never goes away.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
I think when you learn that if you can get away with it for one cycle and the benefits will be forever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's as prevalent with the males though.
Yeah, but the men
you just might not notice the difference as much, but I don't know that I would say that it'd be more on the women's side.
Well, what he's saying is that the chemistry in a male body, because they use the testosterone more, you have to keep giving it to them, right? They have to keep taking it and keep taking it. Where a woman takes it one time, one cycle, and it stays in their system for as long as their competitive career is there.
I would argue probably more men have been on it in the past, and now the women are like kept equal. Is maybe what he's like. They've realized that. And I guess maybe that means that it's less because at any given time, there's way fewer women taking it because once they've taken it once, they're not taking it again. Right. So at any given time, there's probably way fewer women taking it. Doesn't mean that 80% of the women in the sport haven't taken it in the last 10 years.
Now I've seen women in the sport that they've done way more than one cycle. So I'm not saying they all are smart about it. Right.
Very much.
But there are definitely people I've seen at competitions and in person that I damn well know there's more than one cycle that have gone through that body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh boy. All right. So that's that. We had fun football weekend. I got tons of texts from everybody. Thank you so much for sending out the congratulations for my Bears. It really did mean a lot that we've created this little community that people know I'm a Bears fan. People are sending me well wishes and stuff. So there it is.
Did you see the MSU Ohio State hockey this weekend?
I was all football all the time.
Were you all football? Yeah. MSU won Friday, and then Ohio State won yesterday. So they split.
I see someone added something to the agenda here. The Pitt Season 2 started this week.
Did it?
Was that you?
I didn't add it.
Was it Lex?
Maybe Lex. She also messaged me earlier about Mode Classic as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Lex.
I watched Pitt Season 2 today.
Did you?
Episode. I had the Niners Eagles games on one TV and Pitt on the other. It started off with a bang. Right. Yeah.
I mean, it left on a bang. I can't even imagine.
Well, if you remember last season, like the ending actually calmed down. Like they were done with the big shooting and getting through all that. And they were all kind of in the park just decompressing. That's kind of how it ended. And this one, it's the 4th of July, 7 a.m. They're reporting for work. And some of the doctors have moved up a step so it's like 5 or 6 months later.
Okay.
And it already is off and rolling.
I'll have to watch it when we get off this. I got to catch up.
Yeah, it's only one episode right now.
Okay.
But it's just like the last time. Each episode is 1 hour of the day, and away they went. Bob Ross, yes, we can hear you from the great beyond with your happy little trees. Okay. Carol, did you get in a Tilly in your hockey days?
Do you know what that means?
Not a clue.
What would be your guess?
A fight?
Yeah.
I used to play boys hockey up until 14. I fought once before. On the boys' side, not on the girls' side. And I won pretty easily.
Had to throw that humble brag in.
Well, the ref like winked at me when I was in the box. Like he was like happy for me.
So is it like in Youngblood, they teach you like to grab the jersey, pull it over the head to tie him up and boom, boom, boom? Or did you just start swinging?
Well, the guy was trying to provoke me to get, because the playoffs were coming up, and at that point, like I was the top player on the team I was like that I was on, and they were trying to get me kicked out. So I had to defend myself. I didn't start it. But I just started just punching him super fast, and then he fell, and I just continued.
This is what I love about Carolyne. In story,
like I was training boxing, like I was doing Taekwondo at the time, but like I never fought in boxing, but I trained boxing just to stay in shape. So like it was so slow to me.
I understand all that. I understand it. But this is what I love about your stories. Well, they were trying to get me kicked out because I was the best player on the team.
It's 100% true.
Best player on the all boys team. Like she is letting it known that I was the shit back in the day.
I mean, I was like 11 or 12 years old. Then they start growing. So for a lot of times, like females can play with the boys to a certain age. And once the guys start hitting puberty, then a lot of times the girls will transfer back over to the back to the women's game. Unless sometimes certain positions can stay longer, like if you're a goalie and stuff like that. But yeah, we just developed faster at first.
Yeah.
So I was able to hang for some years.
Yeah. Bob
no,
Ross.
I liked it. Was fun. It was a fun fight.
Fergie says Carolyne has a perfectly straight nose, which tells me she won her Tilly. Ken, is you want to get their jersey up over their head to lock their arms down. That's why you will see the guys take their jerseys off before the fight as it's getting pulled up.
Yeah, you yank on it.
When I lived in Florida, Julie and I were season ticket holders to a minor league hockey team down there. And there are way more fights in minor league hockey than there are in like the NHL.
Did you see, it's been all over the internet, these young little kids. I don't know if it was like, it looked like it was between the periods, how they have like little teams playing. It looked like one of those little kids, and everyone is out fighting, and there was no adults at all, no referees. This goalie comes from the other side and just skates as hard as he can and just nails a little kid. And it was like all over. And I was like, this is stupid.
Huh.
Yeah. It was like all over today or yesterday, like Instagram. But
the only thing about Instagram now that I hate is you can't tell if it's real or AI.
Agreed.
There's an AI version of Ben Johnson's handshake with Matt LaFleur. Now, it was a blow-by handshake. They do not like each other. It was quick. But there's an AI version where he stops and does like a karate kick to Matt LaFleur's face.
But I wish that there was a rule that if AI is used, like there has to be something that's written that it's AI.
You're supposed to. If you post something on AI and if on Instagram and it's AI, you're supposed to say it. Just like YouTube, like we're doing this now. I get asked every time I post a video, is there AI included?
I swear they've taken like regular clips and added like the Sora image just to like make people think it is a AI when it wasn't. Yeah, Sora watermarks it. But I'm telling you, I think they're taking actual videos and adding the watermark. Just so that like you can't trust anything.
Well, I wanted to get this next thing set up, but I didn't have time because I was scrambling to get a thumbnail done, and hopefully it's still on my story. But I had reposted something that Carolyne posted, and it's gone, of course. You were being an athlete again, doing these one-legged hops for I don't know what was the distance you were doing them? Was there a goal with each one of the one-legged hops? And
No.
why do you mix that into your CrossFit training? Is it for variety or enjoyment or what?
Normally every Saturday I try to do in my accessory plyometric stuff. So like I'll have something written, and then sometimes I just go off course, and if I'm like in the zone of working on something, I'll just start adding other things to it or changing it up. But it's just so I at least keep up weekly some sort of jumping or lateral work of anything really. Yeah, I like that type of training.
I did a piece this week on launch that I think athletic movements are missing from CrossFit. And I think we used to have those, and people can make fun of the softball throw and the broad jump and all those things, but it brought some form of athleticism to the CrossFit Games back in the early days. And I think we've gone, and especially with it being outside, it added more athleticism. There were more sprints. There were, even when you had the zigzag sprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten rid of all of that. And the more it moves inside, the more we lose all of that aspect of it all.
Yeah, because we test like running at the games, mid distance, long distance, and we assume that a lot of these athletes that are bad runners are like horrible runners. But if you actually tested a sprint event, we'd be saying a lot of bad sprinters out there. It's the same thing. Like I'm not a bad runner. I'm just a good sprinter, which makes me not good for endurance. But we just never test it. Like a pure sprint.
Yeah. We haven't rode a real bike since we left Madison either.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Hunting Cardio Bunnies, Larry says, rumor Rich might help program the Open. So great. Please happen. Not same as last couple years, please. And thank you for the $4.99, Larry. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm okay with other people programming the Open, as long as they are true to what CrossFit is.
Yeah. I just got to be the right tests it's got to be community inclusive, I think. And I get that people are like, oh, it's too easy. It filters down properly. It moves along. to the next stage. I would like to think Rich wouldn't put a lift in. So, I mean, that gives me some peace of mind there.
Yeah, I would hope so too. I think in a 3-week open, you just cannot do a lift.
Right.
But what I miss is like you earning your way into like a higher skill movement.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of those regardless if it's Dave or Mayhem.
Like the ring muscle up at the end or the heavy lift progression with the certain gymnastics or metabolic piece to at least,
or the time gated workouts, 3 minutes
like
to get
every
this work
4
done.
minutes.
And,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I miss that because even like I think my first ever open, there were muscle ups at the end. It was like 13, 4, 13, where it started off with Karen. And then you had the 90 double unders. And then muscle ups.
That was the one that Kristen Clever did with, I feel like the demo of that one was, or the face off of that one was Clever and someone else.
Yeah, I just missed those where you got to earn your way to those stages, right? Or
yeah, no, I agree. Those are good. I feel like they've done a pretty good job of workouts like that. There's been lots of workouts over the last few years that have like gone progressive gymnastics. We've gone from toe to bar to chest to bar muscle up. We haven't seen the time gated workouts, and I don't know.
Even in the open? Well, I guess in the
last year's open had the yes.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think they've had some pretty good workouts like that.
CrossFit thinks it was Fouché that did that.
Yeah, it might have been.
He also says nothing feels like accomplishment in the recent open. And I do think like the first couple workouts of the open should be very open to the community. But I'm okay with like even the beginning of the third one being open to the community, but like a gateway to other things.
Do you think we see 4 tests this year?
I think
a part 2 that's not necessarily a lift.
I don't. I think they're looking at quarterfinals as week 4 and 5 combined into one thing. What I'd really like to see is what we talked about, where the open carries over 2 quarterfinals, and then you have a 5 or a 7 event test.
Yeah,
that gets you to semifinals.
Agreed.
Because it's a more complete picture.
Yeah. But we have hammered that horse to death for sure.
And like, that's the thing about the WFP that I like, that every test matters. It's just the way that its program wasn't right. But the idea of all events working together for like a full leaderboard to me makes sense as like finding the fittest of the year versus the fittest of a weekend on those tests.
Sorry, I was just looking down. Kyle Shanahan just confirmed that George Kittle did tear his Achilles.
Oof.
Yeah, they confirmed it like almost right away during the game.
Achilles injury, but they didn't say torn.
No, I read torn.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this just came across from Adam Schefter. So, with so many semis already doing their qualifiers, the open and quarters doesn't mean much anymore. Glad you brought that up because we are going to now move into our first. Well, I did have one more before we do that. Jamie, you're one of my best friends in the world. I care about you deeply. And I know you've had this surgery.
Uh-huh.
And I know that you have been restricted from certain things. Yet I go to your YouTube channel, I go to your Instagram, and I see you doing things that, if I recall correctly, were on that restricted list from your doctor 6 months ago. So I just wanted to confirm, am I seeing things? Are those like videos from 2 years ago?
How long has it been?
6 months.
No, it has not been 6 months.
Ish.
We're not even, no, we're not even at 4.
September was when you had it done, right?
Yep.
September, October, November, December, January, 5.
October would be 1 month. November, December, we're not even at 4. It's almost 16 weeks. Yeah, Scott, you're just seeing things.
Nicole's telling me to shush.
No, I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I told you, I've been doing double unders and toe to bar and pull-ups. I've been doing pull-ups and push-ups since 2 weeks after the surgery. So other than I was box squatting.
I am not questioning your upper body workouts.
Well, what have you seen that I've done?
Squats.
So I was doing box squats for the last 4 weeks, and 2 weeks ago I squatted 160, and then last week I squatted 180. So that's as heavy as I've gotten. I overhead squatted 45 pounds. So we're really moving there.
So I guess my question is there a piece of your head that is saying, I'm going to be ready end of February for week 1 of the Open?
Well, if the week 1 of the Open is what I think it might be, yes, I think I will be ready.
So you're signing up.
I'll sign up. I said I would sign up. I mean, if there's a lift, whatever, I'm out. And it's the same with quarterfinals. If there's something that we have to snatch even 125, there's just no way I'll be able to do it. I can't even fathom trying to do a squat snatch right now. I can't, that dynamic, there's no way I could sit down into a quickly. Very slowly. Can I squat with some weight? Yeah, some, not a ton. But
we're January, semifinals are May. I'm just asking as a friend, is there a piece of your head or a piece of your mind thinking, I've got some time to still recover, and there may be just maybe?
I mean, I'll just, like I said, we'll just go, and if workouts come in my favor of things that I've been working on, cool. If not, then it is what it is, and I just keep building, and I'm out sooner. That's fine. I think there's certain things I can do. Toes to bar are feeling just about fine. Maybe not in I don't think I could go do 50 right now, but I can certainly do sets of 20 fairly reasonable. We did 18.1 on Friday, the 20-minute AMRAP of that's 8 toe to bar, 5 per side dumbbell clean and jerk in the row. That was fine, but 8 toe to bar is nothing. Sure. Yeah, I'll sign up for the Open. I was never not going to sign up for the Open.
To support.
Yes, that's something I'm going to do. I'll probably sign up for quarters, and we'll see.
So you are going to finish top 25% in the Open, because you are very confident you're signing up for Open or for quarters. And I'm cool with that. If you're feeling
I think you would make quarters for sure.
Yeah.
Even at not 100%, I feel like you would make it.
I would like to think so. Barring a lift in the Open and me just not really being able to.
A lift could change a lot of the leaderboard in the Open if there's 3 events. That would skew it way too much.
I need to address this. Tony says, what are your thoughts about CrossFit athlete that does full-time versus those who have full-time jobs and train afterwards? Isn't it an advantage? Andrew comes and says, I don't think there are any elite individual CrossFit athletes that have a full-time job anymore. There are. The person on this, she was a CrossFit Games athlete in 2025. She's a full-time teacher. There she is. And Emily Rolfe is a full-time radiologist, whatever they call that up in Canada. And she's been a Games athlete for several years.
Yeah, I think she reads all the scans or not reads them, puts the people in the scans, I think.
Yeah. So, and I think it all depends on the athlete and what fits better for them. There's some athletes that don't want to spend all day in the gym. They have their mission. And I think if you ask Carolyne this, she likes to go in, get her stuff done, no wasted time. No,
except for the weekends. The weekends, I am so slow to get everything done because all of a sudden I'm not working and I'm at the gym way too long, socializing and doing, nothing for 2 to 2 hours, doing nothing. And I'm like, that's what, in my mind, I'm like, that's what the full-time athletes do.
Yes,
is they say that they're at the gym for 8 hours, but they're not training for 8 hours. Yes. There's no way. They're just eating, doing their social media, talking, and training here and there.
Didn't Christy Aramo coach while she was competing? She did. She owned and ran her gym, but she had a very good support team. And when it got close to the games, her coaching hours definitely decreased.
I'd say there's quite a few of those kinds of people still around.
Colton has 3 jobs: farm pigs, breeds wieners, and makes soap.
Man of many talents.
Yeah, I think there's a few people at the games that definitely have jobs or like they're coaching, like at their affiliate, at least for some hours in the week. Maybe not like full time, but has something to do. Mm-hmm. I think it just makes you more focused in your training to get it done in a certain amount of time versus like more wasted time.
Tony says, I just watched the CrossFit Games 2022. And it was so amazing watching them do the run and heavy bags up the Capitol steps. Just awesome. Well, thank you.
That was an awesome event. That's my favorite event I've ever done, I think. Well, maybe not, but yeah.
And I want to say welcome to the community, Tony, because that's just the tip of the iceberg. As you dive in more, we love having you in the chat. We love having you as a part of the community. Thank you for joining in and checking all that stuff out. We are all CrossFit geeks just like that. Lydia Fish was also mentioned that she's waitressing. I know they're trying to talk her out of that. Mm-hmm. But I am a firm believer after talking to Carolyne all these years that some people don't, it's not good for them to have that much time on their hands.
I think Lydia said that in her little documentary.
I even remember like Emma Lawson at one point saying once she was done high school and transitioned to a full-time athlete, that it was hard for her to just not be like on a certain routine and schedule where you can just, waste so much time at the gym. Pat Vellner, I mean, he was doing chiropractor work like during game season all the time. I think the last 2 years he's done less of it, but during the off season, he definitely goes back and does his chiropractor stuff. So
when Brent was an accountant for much of his career, but he did leave that. So anyway, let's get into,
everyone's different.
Let's get into the pencil, pen, and Sharpie. I did get those loaded in. So the way it's going to work this week is this is actually going to start a topic. We are going to hit the pen, pencil, or Sharpie, and then we have a couple talking points with that. So the first one for this week is pencil, pen, or Sharpie. Should the Open be the beginning of the CrossFit Games season, or is it okay that qualifiers are? So the pencil, pen, or Sharpie part is, should it be the CrossFit Games Open that opens the season?
Sharpie.
Yes. Sharpie.
Mm-hmm.
Sharpie.
We got a pen. Yes, the Open should be. That's not a pencil, pen, or Sharpie, Tristan. Sharpie for Andrew. Sharpie AF from Tristan. Finally, he jumps on board, right? Sharpie from Terry. Bold Sharpie from Eric Mackey. Pen from Clock Cutter. And I'll let you guys talk first. So why should it be the Open to the CrossFit Games season?
People are like just starting to get, like, it was Christmas time for a lot of people that celebrate that. And like, they took time with their family, took time off of training, or maybe weren't training as much. And January, a lot of times, is like when people start getting back in the routine, and within a few days, you already have qualifiers. You're supposed to be in somewhat shape to qualify. Then it seems like so far away to the semifinal. Like last year, or like in the past years, even like NorCal was January qualifier, and I think the comp wasn't until September. Like there's so much that can happen even between those months of training. I just think the Open starts the season in like people can begin there. From there, like they can go off. I said it to you guys after the show last week, I think. I think the people like qualifiers like NorCal or what other one is going on right now?
LATAM,
whatever. Like, I think they should just use the open leaderboard, and then if they need to make that money, you sign up also for NorCal and Latin, whatever other one they have, and you pay your 25 or whatever it is so they can still get their money, but we don't have to do all these qualifiers on top of doing the open soon, and you just save the athletes a little bit from doing multiple qualifiers, and then they could review the videos there. I get it would be two different leaderboards because if they penalize on their leaderboard versus the open doesn't look at any videos but top 5. But still, I just think use those workouts, create your own leaderboard. If you want to sign up, if NorCal's the competition you want to go to, you just post your score in 2 leaderboards, open and NorCal. Because they did it like that during the sanctional season a few years ago. A few of the sanctionals did it that way. And I thought that was cool that you didn't have to redo the same workouts or like different workouts.
Yeah, which someone says here, they're getting other people who may not be doing this. I know this is another question of Scott, so it's going to kind of tie into it, but they're getting people who maybe wouldn't be in the open to sign up for their qualifier.
I want to address some comments because I'm going to fall behind if I don't.
Okay.
And it's Penn, I don't know if this matters that much to me, but I see why people care. Engraved in stone. College football got weird with week 0. The fact that we are doing quals right now for a comp in the summer before TFX has happened, before open registration is even open, is just bananas to me. Vicky says pencil. I think it should too, but it's only the only way qualifiers can do it.
I don't think it's the only way.
Yeah,
I think they could use the open. They
could. To be clear, what Carolyne's saying is like, if I know I want to sign up for Del Mar, LATAM, and NorCal, I would pay my $20 open registration, and 3 more. I'd click all 10 of them or 12 of them would be listed, and I'd click open 1, 2, 3, and I would submit $80, and 3 of them would go to those respective. And if 200-300 people did that in each of that wanted to do that would have been signing up for that qualifier anyway. That'd be their own. You're still going to get that sign up, and they don't have to do 4 extra workouts on the side right now. Like when we're trying, it's crazy. It's too many workouts, online qualifier workouts for athletes to be doing.
If they want to do maybe like other divisions, like intermediate or masters, intermediate, masters, scaled, maybe I don't know. I think you could just still sign up and then rank. Like you sign up for the intermediate division and then you rank your score based off of other people that signed up for that division.
Correct.
So, or they could, I guess, do like for those divisions, you could do a qualifier, but like for the main ones, the open should start.
Yeah, for elite. And I mean, I think masters, it shouldn't matter. That's going to feed out anyway. Larry, they would get the money. Like I said, like those separate, when you sign up, those separate entities would get their $20-$25 just as if it's their qualifier.
Phil DePooper, the open isn't good enough to qualify for a semifinal.
I disagree with that, and I don't know if we're talking about NorCal, but like they talked about that. Like these workouts they want people to be able to do them in their gyms, and there might be like the time caps might be really long for an elite, but they want people they want anyone to do the workouts and try to get through them. And so someone might do a workout that's capped at 12 in 6 minutes. So what? Who cares?
Vicky says not everyone does the open, so that plan wouldn't work. We're going to get into that in a second.
Yeah.
But this would force people to do the open.
Right.
Well, here's my thing. One, they are kind of forced to do the open if you want to compete in the game season. The rules say you have to finish in the top 2,000 to be able to go on to the games.
Correct.
If you do not, you don't you are not eligible to compete at the CrossFit Games. But here's my thing. And I know everybody gets sick of me comparing to other sports. If you are on the PGA Tour and you are trying to qualify for the US Open, the British Open, the PGA Championship, all of those events, you can't go to the Nationwide Tour and play 3 events to qualify into the PGA Tour Championship. Right? You can't go to Live and compete at 3 events of Live and expect that to get you into the PGA Championship.
Right.
I think where we've gone wrong is because CrossFit's broke and they have all these third-party people and they're letting them do it however they wish. It's created it where the season doesn't make sense. And here we are back on the same argument I've had every other year, is that now you have all these caveats to the ways to get to the CrossFit Games. Even if you do have to do the open and the quarters to get to the games, you have all these other avenues or things you have to do to qualify in to get yourself to these places. And I think the more exceptions we allow to happen, the more confusing it gets. And these exceptions of qualifiers before the open is just another piece where it's confusing the season. Now, I understand for NorCal and their community event, this is the time that they can get people in where they have time to do it.
They get a lot of people that do it too.
Right.
And like their event gets like thousands of people. It's like, it's a huge event. They do a really good job for the community. It's
so
awesome.
I'm not speaking about NorCal doing a qualifier for their community event. Whenever you want to do it, but if you are part of the game season, then you should all follow the same structure getting through the season.
Yes, 100%.
Which I think should start with the open.
The
Correct.
open should start the season. Yes, 100%.
Correct.
Because you're like, oh crap, which one should I be doing right now? The season, like you're not even thinking about that right now, but you're like, oh, these 2 or 3 are happening in January. I need to be in shape in January to get through, to be able to do these semifinals.
So we have NorCal qualifiers already out there. Do we even want to look at the workouts? We're already 47 minutes into this thing.
Fine. You can go. There, what, 5 of them?
6 scores, I think.
You started them, Carolyne?
Yeah, I've done 2 of them so far.
I did the bushwhacker one today.
How was that?
It was fun.
My butt's sore today from that.
Yeah. Right when I finished, I was like, okay, I've definitely not done like weighted lunges for speed.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be my warm up today because I had burpee. I literally had burpee shuttles in my like conditioning. I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. I woke up this morning and my glutes and butt is sore.
Great.
Like, no,
not looking forward to that.
The bushwhackers were like, they weren't like difficult to do. Like they're cool. Like I don't know. Like I thought it was fine movement.
Yeah.
And I think the burpee shuttle run is actually a cool movement.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
Can we go through in order since I
go for first. What's the first one?
Barbell chipper.
Okay.
10 snatch, 20 clean, 30 deadlift, 40 bar facing burpees, and then back down.
What's the weight on that?
95, 135 for the men.
Okay. So just 95 all the way through just to get through it.
Yeah.
I might try to do that one. I think I can move 95.
Grippy.
Yeah, that sounds gnarly.
Grippy, yeah.
And then
Grippy engine, yeah.
Here is workout 2 and 3. 1 rep shoulder to overhead, 5 minutes to establish 1 rep shoulder to overhead, and then crash bang begins at the 6-minute mark, and wrap of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, and so on. A front squat ring muscle up.
What's the weight on that front squat?
I think it's 125 I have in my head.
They don't have it on here.
I think it's 185, 125. That's what I have in my head right now.
Okay.
I haven't done that one. I'm dreading it. Not for part 2, for part 1.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. And then we have this one. It is number 4. Grip and rip, 3 rounds for time, 30 pull-ups, 300 foot traveling double unders.
This time cap is very tight.
Is it?
Haven't done it, but I've had a few friends that have done it. Just tight time cap. So
I might try that one tomorrow. We have double unders in class. I've been doing double unders, but traveling gives me a little bit of apprehension. So we'll see. I might play with that one tomorrow.
they get your engine fired up. They had traveling double unders last year.
Yeah.
Last year, or the year before. I think it was last year. I did their qualifiers last year as well.
Yeah.
And they had the traveling double unders there, and yeah, it was gets your engine for sure. But for me, I liked it because it's less double unders than if it would be, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
200.
Larry says number 2, fire, of course, because it's a 1 rep max.
Tristan said the weight was 225, 155 on that front squat. Definitely.
Is it? Okay.
I will definitely not be trying that one. That's too heavy for me right now.
All right. Eric Mackey says
You could probably, if you can do the pull-up one, that could be a fun one for you.
Okay. Yeah.
and then we have 5 erosion, 20,
Dreading this one.
80,
Ugh,
100 calorie row,
that's
and then
gross.
20 toes to bar, 20 box jump overs.
This, I think I normally would like, but like looking at this, I do not want to do this.
It's so long. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it on Tuesday. Just because Monday's my day off, so I feel like I want to do it on Tuesday. It'll be my first thing on
Jumping
Tuesday.
is not great for me. I've been trying to play with box jumps. And maybe that's what you saw, Scott. I did the 100 burpee box jump overs for time. I am not quick at them. I just cautious.
Northern, and this is number 6, snowball effect, 12-minute cap, 500 feet burpee shuttle, 250 double dumbbell walking lunge, 30 wall balls, 30 bushwhackers, 30 handstand shoulder taps.
It was fun.
When I heard handstand shoulder taps, I thought, as a former judge, that would be a judging nightmare.
Yeah, because you can be close, but you're not really touching.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to tell. And sometimes people's shirts are like, especially as you're inverted, the shirt gets like nice and loose and hard to see depending on what angle you are from the camera. So I totally agree with that.
Well, and even in live judging, to get to the angle to see that on both shoulders is really, really hard.
Yeah.
And even the bushwhackers, like full extension on some of those is going to be tough. But I guess you get there with
No, I think those are fine to look at. It's kind of like a dumbbell snatch.
So what are these burpee shuttles? I haven't seen them.
So 1 rep is you go down burpee and then you run to the other side. That's a rep. And then you would go down burpee, you run back to the other side. So 1 rep is a 25-foot burpee plus a run.
Gotcha.
So you go down.
Not as bad as I thought it'd be. I was picturing some kind of high rocks thing.
And then 500 feet is 20 total. So you're going 10 down and backs.
All right. There we go. All right. So
How
those
did you do your lunges?
Farmer. I mean, it's just easier to pick them up and start moving.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I did farmer as well.
Okay.
But I was thinking, like, at a certain point, if I should go to
I considered throwing them up there. Yeah. But I just didn't want to. I don't know.
CrossFit nails this. The burpee shuttles sound like a high school football punishment.
For sure.
So much. I probably did it 500 times. I wonder how many no reps will be given because of that if that workout goes to video review. Yeah.
It's the association of judges that are, I think, reviewing the videos.
Okay. There's going to be
Eric
people
Mack,
at the end of their 25-foot lane doing those that you're not going to be able to see in video review.
Eric Mackey says, I'm not against the evolution of the sport, but too many outside the standards. I think that's what they are, though. Like, if you're going to NorCal, you know what you get, and I'm okay with it as long as it's not a surprise.
Yeah, you know you're going to get different movements there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The kneeling
And
wall balls.
They won't change from that. Like that's who they are. That's who they've always been. Like they're going to explore different movements.
They were on Savon on Friday, Ben and Blair, And they are very unapologetic about this, that they believe that that is how CrossFit was designed. That's how it started. And they do not want to vary from that. They think too many people have, and they want to keep it as old school as possible.
See, I like different movements personally that people have in practice and then just go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I liked the reverse lunge wall balls last year.
I liked those too.
I heard a lot of people actually like them more than the regular wall ball.
Well,
Slow
there's
down a
an
little bit.
aspect of balance and timing, and I'm like just throwing, coming back. Like the flooring was a little bit weird because the mat and where the floor like was higher. So it was easier for shorter people to have like smaller reverse lunge, but the actual movement I liked.
So in addition to all this being out now, I know French Throwdown is doing their qualifiers. LATAM has started theirs, but Mayhem already sent out invites for semifinals.
Right.
We haven't had the open. We haven't had quarterfinals. And so we don't even know if people are eligible to compete in the season, and we're sending out invites to a semifinal competition.
Bingo. Yep.
And they are using the Rogue leaderboard for their list.
Yep.
What's crazy is like theoretically right now, I'm just thinking out loud. Someone could do their open workouts, get it submitted, but be injured, not even do it. Let's be honest. Their video is not getting reviewed in the open, get an invite to a semifinal, and then continue their season in June. Like that's crazy.
Did we lose you, Scott?
Think so.
Oh,
He's
roadcast
trying to
went out
reset
again.
Just trying to reset it. Like I hope people don't do that and they actually do the workouts. You know, people can do that or could do it.
Tristan, are you going to have to go just because it's going to piss you off, or you need to go and you don't want to miss us? Yeah.
But I don't think that they need to do the quarters. I think you just have to finish a certain amount in the open. So someone, right? It's not about quarterfinals where you finish to qualify for the games. It's just you just need a certain amount in the open.
True. Top 2000 or whatever in the open, and then
There's
and
no
then
restriction for quarters.
well,
right?
I suppose if you already did your qualifier or you got invited to Mayhem, yeah, as long as you're top 2000.
So you could be injured or take your off season right now and just, yeah. Just interesting how the season is.
I missed half of your conversation, so I'll just let you guys talk.
Well,
which is why I wish the videos, like you would post them in the open to avoid that kind of stuff, because I feel people do that. Like I've had to submit my videos for the open every single year, like almost all of them. And I know that like people that are in the 2000 or whatever, like they can just do whatever they want because their videos will never even get asked.
So yeah. Scott, do you know the answer to this? I don't know if this is on Holly's. If someone hypothetically was invited to Mayhem. And then
that's our next pencil, pen, and Sharpie.
I know, well, hold on, but I'm not really going in that, but did the open, finished 1500, and then didn't do quarters or semis.
Didn't do quarters.
Well, yeah, didn't do quarters, so didn't do semis, but got 1500 in the open, went to Mayhem, and are they good?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at the rule book. I would hope that you would have to participate in quarterfinals to go to the games.
Yeah, you'd think so.
I would hope, but
it's quarterfinals.
I need to look it up.
Okay.
You have to do quarters.
And quarters, you need to put your video public, right? Or no?
It's quarters that you have to be top 2000.
Okay, that makes more sense anyway.
So you don't have to do anything in the open except make it to quarters. You just need to be top 25%, top 2000 in quarters. And then technically you could just go to the semi that you were at. You don't have to do any.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Well, the open matters to the 25% mark. But yes, Tristan.
Yeah. So on that, we're going to do the next pencil, pen, or Sharpie. And that is, if you are not participating in the CrossFit Games season, you should not be able to participate in the semifinals that occur during the season. Pencil,
Sharpie.
Sharpie.
Everyone in the chat's going to Sharpie this.
You can compete at the intermediate division, the scaled division there, the masters division. That's not like no route to the actual games. Like, no. You cannot influence the leaderboard whatsoever.
Why would you go to a semis? Yes, you can go to NorCal's like open division or whatever, but why would you go to a semi if you don't want to participate in the I don't understand.
Yeah, no, go like you can go there for other divisions. That's fine because they host other divisions, but you cannot go in the path of the games if you are not doing the open, if you're not doing the quarters. Absolutely not. No more of that, which is
hot take.
Which we'll see with Mayhem what will happen.
Andrew Stan said compete in the RX division, but not elite.
Yes.
More Sharpie, another graved in stone.
Like some will go for prize money, right? But
no, that's not okay.
What about someone who's already qualified? Should they be able to go to a second one? I don't think so.
No. It gets to move on to the next person. This is Tristan's on it right here.
I disagree with this.
What? You
completely disagree with this.
Well, okay.
Your actions from last year should have no bearing on this season.
I suppose if you were like hurt and couldn't, but
I don't care what the reason is. People sit out for any number of reasons. How many pro athletes retire and come back? How many?
He's saying you shouldn't get if you didn't do the season last year, why are you getting like an invite to Mayhem right now? You need to do qualifiers. You need to do the open and get yourself earn it.
I still think it's a slippery slope if you're factoring things on last season. Wait, if they sign up for the open this year, they should be able to get an invite.
Yeah, if they earn it, but that's kind of the problem with Mayhem doing this right now.
By sending it out now, you can't restrict people because you don't know.
Well, they should lose their spot. Like somebody should be on backfill if somebody doesn't do the open.
Yeah, I don't agree with using last year's thought process. Last year's 25 season is over. 26 season should just be based on what happens in 26, which is why I hate that they're using the rogue leaderboard in historical numbers to make the invites. I hate a lot of this stuff about the season.
It's because their semifinals the earliest one, right? So they're trying to get to like their field established before, but
I agree, Tristan. I think you shouldn't get a free invite. You should have to you're going to be in one of the later semis, I guess. You're going to have to do the open. You're going to have to do a qualifier or be top 20 to get your seat. You shouldn't just get a free invite. Why are you taking 2024 data?
It's a conditional invite, and if you don't qualify, then you're booted, and the next person on the list comes on.
Perfect. I'm fine with that. Yes, I'm fine with that. If you're a conditional invitee, because we need to make sure that you're going to get there, that's one thing.
Right. So here's what I had Holly do. Small sample size. I had her take everybody out of the Mayhem Classic that did not participate in the game season last year. And did it affect who got tickets to the games? And it did on the women's side. If you took out everybody from last year that did not participate in the season, Emily Rolfe gets her ticket to the CrossFit Games at Mayhem.
Who competed at Mayhem? Oh, Paige, right?
Paige, the girl from Latin America.
Victoria? Was it Victoria Campos?
Victoria
or was
Campos.
It someone else?
I think there was a couple actually, but
okay.
She has a spreadsheet. I just don't have it pulled up because of
That's interesting.
Yeah, it would have essentially, if you take out everybody, it forced a 3-way tie on the women's side with Fee, Emily, and Abby. And because Emily won more events, Emily would have actually won.
Wow.
The tiebreaker. Fee would have finished second, and Abby would have finished third.
Wow.
So by allowing people that aren't participating in the season into that event, Emily never got her ticket.
I agree.
Yeah, she tried to come back for NorCal, but her elbow wasn't ready.
Right.
Like she was there, but she didn't. I don't think she did 2 events. One for sure, possibly 2, and she still finished top 10 there, which is crazy.
Yeah, Holly confirmed it was Victoria and Paige.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
And I'm sure that Elisa's wins in Europe probably affected it, but I didn't want to put too much on Holly for something that happened a year ago, especially when we proved the point in the first shot. Grace, I know they're big draws, but this is a season. No other professional sport allows people not participating in the season to come in to take away prize money from other athletes.
I think someone said it well here. Like if you're trying to qualify for the Olympics, you don't invite just someone to the Olympic trials or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember reading that somewhere there.
Tony, I saw you had a super chat. I'll get to that in a second. I swear there's just a ton in here. I'm so confused with all the different leagues. If someone won Rogue as a champion to automatic make semifinals or finals in CrossFit or vice versa, maybe it's not a dumb question, but no, they do not get an automatic bid. Now, for the semifinal, see, this is where it gets confusing. Here's this guy that's new to CrossFit trying to understand the system, and NorCal has 4 automatic bids. If you are the male or female winner of Crash or the male or female winner of their own event last year, you get an automatic bid and bypass everything.
Yeah, like I like that. Like they're champions from the year before. I'm okay with that. The Crash one to me is kind of weird. Like that they just get an automatic. Like it was never announced prior to Crash. Like prior to Crash's qualifications.
Right.
That would also be part of the following season. Like something like that is, I don't know, shouldn't happen. But it's their comp. So.
Tony did put in a super chat. What are your thoughts about these team leagues like United Grid League? I think that's a discussion for another night. Because you put it in here, I'll put it on the agenda for next week and we'll talk about the team aspect of CrossFit. But I think that's a much lengthier topic than we have time for tonight. But thank you so much for the $5. We truly appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is because no one is in charge of oversight. I'm going to say the elephant in the room. Lazar died at the games. CrossFit wanted to take a step back and assume no responsibility or as least amount of responsibility as they could the next season. And so they stepped back from every semifinal and every aspect of the CrossFit Games season until the actual games. That took away so much liability from them by doing so. And it put the ball in everybody else's court to do everything for them along the way. And because of that, they had to allow these third-party entities to be able to do things the way they wanted to do them. And now we're in this huge pickle.
Yep.
And it sucks that because of a fear of liability, we have this messed up season.
Well, and partially liability. And like I said, partially the venture capitalists trying to cut costs wherever they can and make their books look better. They've offloaded the costs of these things. And yeah, it's a problem. It doesn't do anything good for the sport.
And Grace says, yeah, they couldn't afford to keep funding those events too. I think that's the easy public answer to give. And maybe they couldn't, I don't know. But I think a lot of it came out of the liability from the previous season. So, yeah. Andrew said, I'm fine with other people running the semis, but there has to be some cohesion and oversight.
Do you think we're all doing grace this year?
Oh,
Heavy
gosh.
grace.
Heavy grace at like 7 semifinals.
Maybe that's why everybody had the elbow and shoulder injuries.
Yeah.
Because everybody did heavy Isabel 27 times. CrossFit is low-key timid to scare any more dollars or voices away. It's a great point too.
Do you think that we will have a repeated workout that goes around the semifinals or multiple?
I pray no.
I kind of think no.
Like a weekend like NorCal, who's at the same time as Syndicate and Torian, maybe? Like, would they have some sort of 3-way arrangement that everyone that's going through that weekend is doing a certain workout? Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
The real question you're asking is Mayhem going to program everything again this year?
Right. That's what you're asking. They won't match.
Or
Torian.
JR. I think JR is.
Yeah, JR's picking up some extra.
Mayhem or JR.
Yeah, but then he'll collab with Angelo. So it's one big
Yeah.
cohesive group.
But speaking of Mayhem, thank you to Mayhem for sending me a barbell this week.
That was sweet.
Is that what you got for the Everyday Hero? Awesome.
They they messaged us a while ago our addresses. They said that they had something for us and then got a nice barbell this week. So
that's awesome.
But that doesn't mean that I think they should program every semifinal. Even though they treated us very, very nicely.
Vicky says, I still think there should be a checkbox on open registration to separate those who say they want to be in contention for the games. So video review would be easier to decipher and be required for open, etc.
I think that's a good idea.
Great idea.
Yep.
I mean, it can be an extra $5-10 there. And I think
you could even add a donation thing if you want to donate to the season. Like, why wouldn't they do that in the registration? Right? Like, sign up for 20, knowing that the money goes towards the game season. If you add another thing, if you'd like to increase your, I don't know, your donation to the season or support the season. Have like another
CrossFit. I don't think you get to accuse anybody of secretly being somebody else. We've been trying to figure out who you are for a year. All right. So last pencil, pen, or Sharpie it's a good one. Pencil, pen, or Sharpie. Pat Vellner will do the 2026 game season.
pencil.
I think pen. I mean,
CrossFit is secretly me.
I think he wants to. I think Pat's showed in the past he's able to rehab properly. We are tight on time. I think he's just gonna play with, like, he's gonna roll.
Like,
with
how bad is his injury?
So what Jamie and Carolyne are referring to is that it was announced on Pat's Instagram account that he suffered a torn rotator cuff at the finals in Copenhagen for the WFP. He is doing rehab right now. The dude went to the games with a torn bicep or something, like.
Yeah, in 2018.
The man is a machine, and he's great at rehab. I think he can finish top 25% in the open with one arm.
I agree.
Oh, for sure.
And if you look at the video of him rehabbing, he has full mobility of the arm. It's just, I don't know what kind of strength. He said the only thing that's really limiting is doing the exact same movement that caused the injury, which is snatching.
Right.
So here's why I do think he's going to do it. Sharpie. I'm a Sharpie on this one. I see a lot of pens. Sten's a pen. Clock is a pencil. Paige Smith is a pencil. Eric Mackey's a pencil. I don't even know what CrossFit's a pencil. Have you seen the story time with Pat stuff he's been putting out where he's going back and talking about, like, his favorite moments in the CrossFit Games seasons or CrossFit Games? and going through those moments, you don't reminisce about all that stuff if you're not making one final run. That's my Sharpie belief right there. It's all on. You don't look back at your career. I think he wants one more shot to go through the season before he retires.
Yeah, I agree. I think he wants to. My pen is because I'm not sure like the program will favor him to make it out of semis. But yes, I think he's going to make a run at it for sure.
Larry with the harsh. Unfortunately, I just don't care. He's fine, but never got it done. Better guys compared to now. I love how like in our society, if you don't win the whole thing, you didn't get it done.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like seeing Hunter talk about Dalen and like basically say he's not even good in the sport is wild to me.
Yeah. Like I grew up in the 80s. Dan Marino was the greatest quarterback to ever play at that point in time in the NFL. He never won a Super Bowl. Doesn't mean he didn't get it done. Right? Like, yeah. Lots and lots of pencils.
It's crazy.
Jody says, yeah, those are great posts. They're great posts. Pat is a great storyteller.
Yes.
Like when he does his like event by event recaps at the games, they are hilarious. They make me laugh. He's a great storyteller. I want the game season back to being complete again. We as fans are being cheated when we don't get the epic matchups like Laura versus Tia or like Pat versus Justin or those types of things. I want everybody back together again. So that's what I want. I don't care what happened in the past. Let's move forward. We're never going to accomplish anything and grow in the sport as separate entities. It's got to be done as one. And I want everybody back together competing against each other.
Yeah, I think Laura might be out. So,
well, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm talking about Pat, and his posts make me believe that he's coming back.
I'm with you.
And he's really kind of nestled in with the Boys Interrupted.
I agree.
Like those two things, like he's kind of like Uncle Pat to them and kind of becoming a mentor to them. And I think he relishes that role.
Yeah.
Yes, Eric. Kumbaya. Let's all sing it. He's one of the funniest guys in the athlete area too. Chirps, nicknames, jokes.
He's really well liked by like all of the competitors. He's probably like honestly the most popular, one of the most popular guys.
One of my favorite moments ever is when Pat got pissed about the sled drag at semifinals and Jamie wanted to get an interview with him. And he said, yes, as long as you run with me. And Jamie ran. If you were in Pasadena or did not in Pasadena, you don't know. The athlete area and the venue were two separate buildings. Jamie ran down the street with Pat getting the interview while running.
We were walking. He just said I had to move along with him.
Pace.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. I'm up for it.
Larry, truth is, Scott, when they quit on CrossFit, I kind of quit watching them. You're entitled to like and dislike any athletes you want. I just think the sport is better when we're all together. Ken says, mentor, he's never won 3 of 4. He's never won in 3 of the 4 Boys Interrupted have won 4. You can be a mentor in life without being a mentor in the sport.
Yeah.
Like, my gosh, you guys, Ken and Larry, like playing hardcore.
He also has like 5 games medals, I think, or like
yeah,
4 or 5. He's won Rogue multiple times. He's won Wadapalooza like he's
and one of the most popular guys in the sport ever.
Yeah. I would venture to say if you asked any one of those 4 boys if they would take advice from Pat on an event, they would 100% take advice from Pat. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah. I think we let our preconceived notions cloud our judgment sometimes. Okay. So that is that. We are really tight on time now. So Bethany Flores gave birth
Oh, did she?
this week. Yes, her and Randy welcomed in a baby boy. So
Congratulations.
shout out to her. She's been a friend of the show for a long time and a friend to me for a long time. Super happy for her and Randy. Really psyched about that. And then I'm going to finish on this one. The U.S. Department of Health this week, or Make America Healthy Again, announced a brand new food pyramid in the United States where they are flipping it upside down. They are waging war against added sugars and processed carbohydrates. Something that people in the fitness industry thought would never, ever, ever, ever happened this week.
Yep.
Your reaction to that statement? We don't know where it's going, right? It's just the announcement. We don't know what it means, but to hear a government official of any kind make those statements is huge, in my opinion.
I mean, it's exciting. It's long overdue. I'm glad somebody with some authority put something out there. We'll see how that trickles down. Like, curious to see what it'll do to like lunch programs.
Do they have lunch programs in the States? You guys, like for all the schools?
Yeah, the schools have to follow the adopted food pyramid.
Yeah.
And because they changed the food pyramid, they have to follow the new one. And my mom has been a lunch lady for 40 years. So I know all about that.
Yeah, I mean, to us, it's like common sense, right? It's like what we've been doing, but it'll be very interesting to see the trickle down. I can only imagine what like big carb is going crazy right now. I can only imagine. There's got to be some heads at some of these companies that are like, no.
So Lex jumps in. Schools need funding before they can follow the food pyramid, I'm sure.
For us, like I run a breakfast program at my high school. So I do all of the ordering of the food, and we get like almost $15,000 that I go get in government funding for breakfast programs. And almost every school has this. And we can only have certain foods that we order, and it has to have like a green check mark that says that it's part of the nutrition school programs. And it can't have a certain, I think every food item needs to have less than 5 or 6 grams of sugar in it. And like every breakfast thing, like we have to have protein that's put out, some sort of fruit. It could be also a like go-go squeeze or something, like a pouch, but like we have like all like these standards, but yeah, it's nice that like our government funds quite a bit the breakfast programs. Like those are really, really important in schools.
CrossFit says it's Canadian dollars though, so only like $200.
Nah.
Here's where I think there is a change, Eric. Healthier food is more expensive. There has to be a way to make it more available to all and cheaper. That's the point of the government saying these are the necessary foods. It then makes those foods things that you supplement and that you give funding to grow and to have available. That's why this flip is important. It makes those things cheaper. I think it's important. I think they also need to mandate more physical education in schools. See, I grew up in a time where like we had phys ed like 3 times a week for an hour at a time.
Yeah. We have it every day, but only grade 9 is the last year that it's mandatory to do phys ed. Grade 10, 11, 12, they no longer, like, it's not a requirement to take phys ed, which is crazy.
We had to have it every year. We could get a waiver if we were an athlete because we were practicing our sport 5 days a week. But you only got a waiver during that season. So if you only played one of the 3 seasons, you only got a waiver for that season.
Interesting.
Yeah. One more super from Tony. Have you ever thought about doing the Spartan Super or Beast? They're running sandbags, monkey bars, pegboard, log lift, rope climb. So I've done like warrior dashes and other versions of that in the past, and I really enjoyed them. So yeah, I'm all about them. Anything that gets you out. I mean,
I love like obstacle course stuff.
Yeah,
I've done there was like a Tough Mudder like world mile before, but I love that.
The top of the CrossFit pyramid is play other sports, and that's a great one to go out and do as something else. All right, I think that's the comments are coming in so fast.
I know.
To keep up with, but I think this is a good place to end it tonight. It's been an amazing sports weekend. I did not sleep at all this weekend because of the Bears win, and so I have my pre-op appointment for both my biopsy and my sinus surgery this Tuesday, and I have to go get some blood drawn tomorrow morning. So I'm going to call it for the night.
I have the frostbite relay, the one in Holland. Sunday.
Not the country, but the city.
Yeah, Holland, the city. Yeah, Holland, Michigan, over there on the water. So that's Sunday. I will very likely not be on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know when the Bears are playing next weekend, so everybody stay tuned.
Yeah.
I mean, my Bears don't make the playoffs very often. They don't win very often. I'm going to make sure that I can enjoy that game.
Cool.
So if it's Sunday night, we'll probably delay or go another night.
Okay.
It hopefully won't be as cold this year in Holland, Michigan.
It looks like 22 degrees. I don't even know if that it's going to be like crazy snow or anything. I think we might have a decent year.
If you weren't with us last year, Jamie had icicles coming off her nose.
Yeah.
So for that, do what Eric Mackey says and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate the algorithm. Helps us out so much.
Drink your Thursday.
I'll be waiting all day for Sunday night. I will be if they play Sunday night. I don't think they've announced the schedule yet until this game's done tonight. So anyway, with that, guys, hey, we forgot to mention our sponsor, Thursday, by the way, the best sleep aid and recovery product on the market. Please go check them out at thursday.com/jazzy or go to thursday.com, use the promo code jazzy at checkout. It gets you 15% off your order. It has helped so many people that I've talked to over the last couple months doing this. My mom is now trying to get on board.
Oh, good.
She's doing so. Go check it out. It's easy. Go to the website, click Jazzy. You're good to go. 15% off. With that, have a great night, everybody. You guys are the best as always. And we will see you next time on Sunday night CrossFit Talk.